Achtung, dieses Video ist ein Reupload, da ich den Sound ein bisschen aufgewertet habe. Das Originalvideo findet ihr übrigens in der Videobesprechung. Viel Spaß beim jetzigen Video. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zur Review von der Herr der Ringe, die zwei Türme. Ja, fangen wir mal an. So. Dann haben wir die vordere Ansicht. Rechter Seiten Schlitz. Wir müssen mal weiter dann. Das sind zwei Teile geplant, also da linke Seiten, jede Menge Text. So. Scheiß Autofokus. Naja, jedenfalls schaut es nachher so aus. Jade. Oben blau. Unten blau. So, ja. Rückseite. Jede Menge Bilder. Schon angeordnet. Übrigens. Text. Auch noch. Oh. Ich tat einmal sagen, wollen wir geschwind einmal. So. So, was haben wir denn noch? Da machen wir Disk. Schön hellblau mit Spiel, damit man schön weiß, was das ist. Jade. Jede Menge Sachen. Was haben wir denn noch? Ganze Charaktervorstellungen und Spielstart. Also etwas, was wir schon kennen und nicht brauchen. Also da sind wir ganze Charaktere drinnen und Spielsteuerung. Also was haben wir da drin? Du warst Senpai. Du warst Senpai. Warte, ich muss mal ganz kurz pausieren. Nur deswegen. Damit man sich schneller voll abgebracht sein kann. Und, warte, jetzt muss ich wieder umstellen. So, dann darf da diesbezüglich 1, 2, brauchen wir nicht. Winter 2002. Da sind die ganzen Spiele drinnen, die im Winter 2002 voraussichtlich rauskommen sollten und hoffentlich sind. Ich bin zu voll zum Nachschauen. Ja. Warte. 007. Nightfire. Da werden wir wahrscheinlich auch ein bisschen was durchreviewen. Warte. So das jetzige Spiel, was sogar drin ist, haben sie eigentlich gedacht. So. So, dann halt, das war jetzt die ganz große Übersicht von außen halt. Jetzt gehen wir mal grafisch, also beziehungsweise spielerisch alles durch. So, kurzer Nachtrag noch im PlayStation 2 Memory Card weiter Dingens klären, habe ich noch vergessen zu sagen, aber das wird ihr schon gesehen haben. So, da sind wir einmal, gehen wir mal zum im Spiel, also gehen wir schon einmal Hauptmenü. So, da kann man sich zwischen den Nebenspieler aussuchen, aber ich vergesse jetzt auch dazu zu sagen, echt normal und Experte kann man sich aussuchen. Spiel laden. Laden wir mal nachher. Und Optionen gibt es auch übrigens. Falls ihr es noch nicht gewusst haben solltet. Das ist die Gefährten. Ui. Schau, Machen wir geschwind einmal, spielen wir mal ab, ja. Ui. Also, ja, das sind jetzt nicht die ganzen Bilder. Das sind die ganzen Bilder. So, dann machen wir noch geschwind. Da ist er dann auf. Spielen wir das geschwind ab.
Into this ring he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life. One ring to rule them all.
What we've done is a culmination of a huge amount of work involving thousands of people.
The title The Two Towers refers to the Tower of Orthanc, which is where Saruman, Christopher Lee's character, is based, and the Tower of Barad-dûr in Mordor, the home of Sauron.
Film 2, like every film in this trilogy, is a challenge. And will remain so until we deliver. It's a great movie. It's going to be bigger than film 1. I think definitely that there is such care that went into making these movies, and to be able to transfer that information to the team that's building the games is great, because I know they're putting in an equal amount of care and effort into bringing a really rich game to the public.
Tolkien describes Edoras very vividly in the books as being a city of wooden buildings on a hill in front of a range of snowy mountains. When we were originally doing our location scouting, I said, look, we've got to find somewhere in New Zealand there's got to be a hill like this that's in front of the mountains. So they went helicoptering all around the country, and they came back with a photograph of the absolute perfect hill. It was about 60 or 70 miles away from the nearest town. It was in the middle of the South Island. It was very remote. We spent about 7 or 8 months actually constructing these huge buildings. The end result was that in the movie we have an Edoras, which is thoroughly believable. I was able to go there and just shoot as if it was an existing location.
One of the exciting things about the EA games and what I've been seeing in the models as they've been built is a great replication of our sets and our characters, to the point where EA worked out a deal with our actors so that they would come in and record their own dialogue. The actors were quite excited about it.
The battle for Helm's Deep was over. The battle for Middle-earth was about to begin.
We got a miniature of Helm's Deep, but what was interesting was that it wasn't just a model, there was a huge miniature. It was a quarter scale, but it was in itself about 30 or 40 feet wide. And it was so big that we could just photograph it with our cameras and it wouldn't look like a miniature, it just looked totally believable.
What makes a great movie is really a great script and a great cast. I imagine when you're doing a game, it's many of the same challenges. You've got to attract the right talent to the game. You've got to get a story that will attract an audience, and then become excited by that story and compelled by that story to actually see it come to life.
There's nothing we can do for Frodo. The quest will claim his life.
Rohan is weak, ready to fall, and so he will strike hard and fast on the world of men. War is upon us.
Hoppala.
intimidating aspect of embarking on this project was the sense that we have this incredible responsibility to deliver on an interactive format in the same way Peter Jackson had delivered in film. He has taken some of the most beloved literary works of all time and translated them into an epic film masterpiece that has created millions and millions of fans worldwide.
Are you frightened?
Yes.
Not nearly frightened enough.
At the beginning of a project, you're working on the conceptual side and the design side. As the project progresses, programmers, artists, animators, environment artists,
Modeling specialists, texture specialists, all these people thinking about their one area of the game, but in terms of the overall experience.
one of the advantages of being able to work so closely with the filmmakers is we were able to use the models and props that they created for the film as reference for the stuff that we needed to create in our game.
In designing Aragorn, we really had to think about all three playable characters at the same time. For example, Legolas is much more of a speed and finesse-oriented character. Gimli's a small but battle tank. Aragorn is more a blend of the two.
We looked at the moves that each of the characters made, frame by frame, before we started to build anything. Then we would create a wireframe of the character. This is their basic proportions and size and scale. Then we would add texturing and lighting to complete their wardrobe and add fine details of their character. The actors were very interested in working with us. In one case, Viggo Mortensen showed us some of his action moves.
He and his stunt double open up a crate of swords and start sparring with one another. That became the basis for many of Aragorn's moves. When we were selecting scenes from the film to include in our gameplay, Balin's tomb really stood out as a strong candidate. It's one of the most memorable moments in the first film.
We wanted to recreate a sense of ambiance. This very strong beam of light on the tomb itself. That was a challenge for our environment modelers and lighting specialists.
The village of Rohan levels are unique in the sense that they allow us an opportunity to expand upon areas within the film. The actual game level itself looks and feels very much like the film locations in terms of lighting, the shape of the architecture, the people who are there. But we actually build upon that in this particular case and create areas of the level for the player to explore and fight in that they perhaps didn't see in the film.
There is a union now between the two towers, Orthanc and Barad-dûr.
What's wonderful about this game, Lord of the Rings, is that you are getting on your own screen the voices of the original actors, all of them.
Help, Aragorn! Aragorn, help! It's incredibly authentic, and I think it's really difficult to make a game based on a film. This game does it. It's very much like the film.
We designed a very dynamic music system that reflects the mood of the actual events in game.
One ring to bring them all, and in the darkness, find
In the film, Saruman attacks Helm's Deep with 10,000 Uruk-hai, so we had to use other elements at our disposal to create the sense of battle. Through sound effects and audio, we really make it feel like there's thousands of orcs in the location. If someone plugs in the game and they say to themselves, oh my god, this is the film, then we've achieved exactly what we set out to do.
This is the place that I remember from the film. I'm there, I can do something. It's now my turn. That's the way we want the player to feel.
Så, ja, ich meine, das hat noch 2 Interviews, aber die werden wir nicht durchmachen. Ja, das war mein erster Teil und also ich mache jetzt noch 2 Teile draus, falls ihr euch wundert. Ja, und der zweite folgt dann irgendwann, wahrscheinlich nächste Woche oder so, vielleicht. Also bis dahin, tschüss. So, willkommen zum zweiten Teil von Herr der Ringe, die zwei Türme Review. Und jetzt machen wir eher so das ganze Gameplay Dingenskirchen, deswegen fackel ich nicht lang drum herum und tue ich geschwind einmal. Jetzt machen wir so ein Level, wo wir einen von die drei Charakter. Ja, Trigger. Ah, ja, jetzt einen Cut gemacht, damit ihr seht, wenn ich was gekriegt habe, um die Spannung aufrecht zu erhalten.
In Moria durchlebte unsere Gemeinschaft dunkle Stunden. Flieht, ihr Narren!
Eure Fahrt steht auf Messers Schneide. Geht nur um ein weniges Fehl. Sie wird scheitern.
Hätten wir versagt, die Dunkelheit hätte ganz Mittelerde verschlungen. Ich wäre bis zum Ende mit dir gegangen, bis in die Feuer Mordors hinein. Lauf! Unser Schicksal liegt in Frodos Händen. Wir müssen ihm helfen. Damit Frodo fliehen kann.
So schaut's halt aus, wenn man halt versagt. jetzt schon gesagt, weil die geile Grafik, Kamerafahrten überall gesehen. Die sind immer so live. Oh. Okay, da geht's aber nicht weiter. Da geht's noch weiter. Fuck. Das ist alles schön live. Das ist wie wenn man so einer Filmen hat. So. Da geht's nicht weiter. Pardon. Ja, nicht weiter. Können wir nicht rauffahren. Ah ja. Ah ja. Und von dem Punkt an geht es dann geschwind zum Fazit über. So, Lala. Jetzt dann zum Fazit noch. Also das Spiel lässt sich sehr leicht steuern. Grafik ist in dem Fall sehr gut für PlayStation 2 Dingens Kirchenkonsole halt. Ja, ich kann es eigentlich sehr empfehlen, falls ihr ja überhaupt Bock habt, das Spiel zu spielen, und wir sehen uns bei der nächsten Review nachher wieder. Bis dahin, tschüss.